Hello everyone. This is my science and math lesson that I came up with. I based it off of the weather and having students record the weather and predict the weather. So my objective is students will be able to predict a week of weather based off of 3 weeks of data that they collect. So this is a month-long activity where they would record the weather for that amount of time. And I really wanted to focus it on the importance of weather, where they can see, you know, why they need to know the weather or the different jobs that they can have as telling the weather, stuff like that. So this is my lesson plan. My standards are for science, represent data in tables and graphical displays to describe typical weather conditions expected during a particular season. So it would be whatever season they're in. And then for math, they'd model with mathematics and draw a scaled bar graph to represent data set with several categories. So, and then students would record all their data in a weather journal that they're given. So everything that they discuss with the class, they write it down in this journal so that they can reflect on it at the end. So here it goes. I would start off by asking students what their favorite season is, just to get them into the lesson, get them interested, and have them note the differences between the different seasons. And again, they would record all this in their journals. And then they can talk about how the weather is like where they live, specifically what it's been like. And then they would start talking about the importance of weather, or knowing what the weather is going to be like, and you'd hope that they'd come up with answers like, well, if you have something planned, you need to know what the weather is going to be like. Is it going to be cold? Should I wear a jacket if it's going to be cold? Is it going to be too hot? Stuff like that. And all this they would record in their journal. And then I would have them, together we would look at the weather.com website so that they could see what it's like to actually be in the profession and see an actual website that's on the web. They can see the forecast, and then from there they can know that that's what they're going to be doing, that they're going to be recording the forecast for those 3 weeks. Now, so they're going to record the forecast for those 3 weeks every day, and they have to record it at the same time. And then at the end of the 3rd week, they're going to have to predict what the weather will be like for the 4th and final week. Now, before the 4th week, they have to act as a weather person for their predictions, and they have to tell the class their predictions. So it's kind of like a skit. They have to be like, so today it's going to be, or whatever, it's like that, and just to make it fun. And then they would record their predictions, and then when the 4th week actually happens, they would compare their predictions to the actual temperatures for that week, for that last week. Once they're done recording all of their weeks, then they would create graphs of the average temperatures for the 3 weeks, and then they would have to draw a bar graph comparing their 4th week and the predictions and to the actual temperatures. So this is where math would really come in, where they get the averages and when they actually get to start drawing their graphs so that they could see out their data on one table. And then once they've actually drawn their graphs, we can show them how to create a graph with their data on Microsoft Excel, and they could see how their graphs are similar to the ones that they've drawn. They also have independent practice, just some discussion questions to get them thinking about the end of their data, like how they think the job of a weather person is important, what they think the weather will be like in a month, just keep predicting, and how does the weather affect our environment. And I think that's really important. At the end, which is really important, students will write a reflection based on the whole lesson. And here they can talk about, again, how the weather affects our environment, like, for example, how we're in a drought right now and how it'd be great if we had rain. They could talk about that. And then I want them to think about how, if they wanted to, they could be a weather person, and how it's important for weather in like an actual job setting. So there's that as well. And that's most of my lesson. I hope you liked it. Thank you.